Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a stack here to share with you guys. It's my planner stack. Now generally a lot of people put their planner stacks out in like the July-ish month, so they kind of plan out what they're going to be using for the rest of the year. I have a couple of planners that I did not start using until August, and I kind of wanted to give them a little bit of a test run before I did my planner stack video. But now I'm pretty much set, I'm in my groove, and I wanted to share you what I'm using it for, how I'm using it, how they all work together, that type of thing. So let's get started. Okay, first up, and I apologize for the glare. This is my work planner. It generally does not come home. It stays at work. It is an Erin Condren academic planner. Oh, I have it upside down. Here we go. It's an Erin Condren academic planner, and I actually got this on like major sale and using coupons and all that kind of stuff. I think I got it for like 13 bucks. When I was going to try out the Erin Condren paper and the coil and all that kind of stuff in general. So this was my trial one. You guys have probably seen a couple of Plan With Me's. When I first got this, I think April, I started trying to use it with a lot of different lists. And yeah, so this is what I used to do in this planner, and it just wasn't really jiving with me, and so I decided to just use it as my work planner. So I'm not going to show you a ton of stuff, and there's no stickering, there's no pretty stuff going on in there. It's really just dates, my due dates, my payroll dates, things to remember. I mean, I love that there are notes that go along with each of the, let's see, it's not pretty. It's like just written in and scratched off and things, because whenever I'm working, I love that there's notes in the back of this, so I can really make down some notes so that I can remember like the next year, because everyone has those projects that they only do once a year, right? And it's not just me. So yeah, so I have these. I haven't actually started using them yet for that purpose, but I did jot some stuff down in my monthly view on some of them, but it's not pretty. It's just, I like to have, so here's when I kind of started doing my work planner in here. I like to have a list of things that I go off of, like this is what I'm going to work on today, and check them off as I go. I used to do sticky notes, but I'm like, I can't just have sticky notes constantly. So, and I thought that this would be a good sort of look back on when different things are due in different parts of the year and all that kind of stuff. So that's my work planner. It is just an academic Erin Condren. All right, next up, you guys, is my Moxie Life. This, I love this so much. What you guys will see is a lot of my planners are very compartmentalized. I originally started out planning everything in my planner. I had all my work stuff. I had my kids after like practices and extra things and all of the things in my week, and it was too much. I hated it. It just wasn't working for me. So now I have, each planner has its purpose, and the purpose of this one is my goal setting and keeping track of my my goals and weekly action items and things like that. Mine looks a lot thinner because I took out the 6 months. I got this in July, and I paid for half price, but I took out all the extra months, and I kind of use those sometimes when I have ideas of what I want to do for a spread, and I kind of want to jot it down on those pages. I just really snipped the pages out so I could pop them in if I wanted to, and I don't know why. I have anxiety about just ripping pages out of a planner. I don't know why. So you got this whole life compass. I think I did a video walking through this whole thing, but it's basically just to keep my goals at the forefront. This is before I started using it, and that was when I got it and was trying to work around a little bit in it, and then I started using it here. But to do my reflections, get my weekly actions, and then just do kind of spread and putting my weekly actions in. I guess you could kind of say that it's like a, I guess it's, I don't know. You could say that it's a habit tracker type of a planner, but it's really keeping me focused on, this is what I really want to concentrate on this month. I have it in here. I have stopped putting some, I don't like to repeat a lot of my stuff in different planners. So if it's super important, I'll show you where I put that stuff, but I don't put a lot of events in here unless it affects what other actions are going on during the day. Does that make sense? If it affects my weekly actions that I'm trying to work on, then I'll put something that is an event that I have in my main planner in here. So this is more my creative. I don't use a lot of stickers in here. I just kind of try to be creative in this planner and color code things and stuff like that. But I really have enjoyed this planner so much. Sometimes it takes, it's still taking me a while to get my groove with it, but I'm really enjoying this, and I just love how every month you have your like you have your reflection for the month. And this is just this page that I have snipped on these corners here, or not the corners, but between all of the little spots for the spiral. And so I snipped that. I should probably put a flag on that so I know exactly where it is. And I snipped that and I can move it throughout my planner as needed. But this was just in the Moxie Life group that helps to lay out what different things are in the different categories of your life, and so I just kind of rewrote it. But anywho's, that's my Moxie Life. It's all about goals and my weekly actions, and I don't know, I guess you could say it's a habit tracker type of planner. Call it what you will. I love it so much. Okay, then we have my weekly hourly. This is for just the stuff that's going on. Events, appointments, practices, things like that. Let's see, I'll go back into July. So I do use my monthly for some birthdays if I know about them. I am really bad about remembering birthdays. I should probably put them in here, but I wouldn't remember what date to put them in here. But anyways, July was crazy because I had started going back into the office some days, and some days I was still working from home. And so I marked that in my monthly. And then this didn't happen because the Peloton challenge happened, so I don't use a lot of my notes in this. It kind of overwhelms me, but I am documenting what sticker kits I use for each of the weeks, and that's pretty much all that I do over here. I've been trying to use it, but I just don't know what to do. So yeah, it's a lot of like work from home. I had some habits in here, but just some basic things. I had a lot of to-do lists over on my weekends, but you'll see where my to-do lists are going now. Yeah, this week I planned out what workouts I was gonna do, and that totally didn't happen. That's funny. But yeah, so this is my weekly where, I had, when summer school was happening, when I was working in the office, any kind of like just jot down which meetings I have, that kind of thing. So that's what I use my life planner for. I don't do a ton of habit tracking in here because I have my Moxie that is kind of like a all habit tracker type of deal. And generally you won't see the same habit tracker over in my life planner as it would be in my Moxie Life. So again, trying not to repeat things. Gosh, I love how colorful this spread is. This is one of my favorite kits. Oh, love it. So that's my hourly. And then last, but absolutely certainly not least, oh my gosh, you guys, this plum paper A5 Daily is my ride or die. Like, this thing goes with me everywhere, and I absolutely love this. I don't want to do too much of a flip through because I'm going to try and do a little flip through for you guys of the different months, but I use my monthly view as a content planner and trying to plan out my videos and get ahead of the game as far as scheduling things out. And then it's just, I ordered it blank. And if you haven't seen my flip through and my first impressions of this, I can link it in the cards above. I left it blank so that I could do whatever I wanted to, whatever feels good. And this just happens organically. I do sometimes plan the big things out the night before or the morning of, something like that. But then things pop up and I add to my list and I decide what I want to put where. And then honestly, at the end of the day, I usually, this is when I first got it, I was still trying to work around in it. I usually fill some empty space with stickers. So that's how that one is working for me, and I just love it. And you know, I have the fitness section in the back that I've been doing pretty well of keeping up with, and then my prayer section. I use this like every morning, and I love it. It has worked out so well for me. So this is absolutely so glad I got this. I just love this thing, and this is where it's at. So if there's anything important that I need to remember from this planner, I'll jot it like up in the, I'll jot it up in here. So sometimes I'll use that for highlights. Sometimes I use it for important stuff like appointments going on this day. We had some stuff going on. So yeah, that's how I'm using it, and I absolutely love it. So that's a little look at my planner stack and how I'm using everything and how it kind of goes together and how things don't necessarily get repeated, but if it's super important, it goes in my daily. And yeah, it's really, really, really working out super well for me, and I'm so excited. I have never actually stayed with any kind of planner for this long, like consistently every single week and like every single day. It's so fun and I'm excited. And some days I'll have super long to-do lists that I just like go through and get them done. And some days I don't really have any to-do lists because I'm like, it's just one of those kind of days. So just fill the empty space with a sticker. It's all good. I love the daily because you can just flip the page the next day and just work on the next one. So, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me for this little planner stack video. I want to know in the comments, what are you guys using? Are you using several planners? Are you just using one that's working really well for you? And what kind are you using? Are you using discs? Are you using rings? Are you using a spiral bound? Let me know down in the comments and we can get some conversations going. So, I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye guys.